Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler, and today, I can't believe it, it's episode 85, a monthly Hawaii budget for two people. So the overview, let me talk about how to make this happen. I think it's an amazing thing, and I'd like to help as many people as possible reach their dreams, and this has always been one of my dreams, and I think for many. I'll talk about preparation, and this is more of the preparation of the house and things like that. And then booking advance is sort of the preparation of, getting what you want by taking advantage of booking in advance. And then I've got two pages of money saving tips, to where, again, I try to do it frugal because going for a month is more like living there than it is being a tourist, although you're still a tourist. And the last thing I'll do is I'll go through the cost breakdown, and I've done it for WorldMark, Hilton Grand Vacations, and Marriott. That way, depending on what you have as far as that goes, you can sort of see it work for all. But before I go do that, let me tell you a little bit about my channel, and then I'll be right back to go through the detail. Hi, my name is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. The purpose of this channel is to provide education and knowledge for those interested in timeshares. I've been a timeshare owner for over 15 years. I'm an elite owner with Marriott Vacation Club, Hilton Grand Vacations, and WorldMark by Wyndham. I've also posted over 70 timeshare video reviews of different locations, and I've posted 40 timeshare video tips. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, and I can be found at Timeshare Trav on Twitter and Facebook, and my website is www.timesharetraveler.com. Now let's talk about how to make this happen. Many people have dreams of spending a month in Hawaii. When I was there once, one of the people who was taking an Uber from one place to another said, I get a person every week saying I need to travel for a month in Hawaii when I get ready, and I had been the first one within a 3-year period to actually do it. So I want to try to make this possible for more people, and I try to give you my tips and tricks on how I do it and keep costs low so that I can actually pull it off. I've actually been staying for a couple months. So that's what I want to do, is show you how to do that. In addition, if you're still working, or I have a part-time job, so a lot of places work remote, so there's a lot more things that make it possible today than there was 20 years ago when I was, working in corporate America. And even during the school year, because sometimes that's the best time to go for cost savings, is homeschooling. Can you do that for a month? Can you do remote? With COVID, a lot more options, there's a plus side. A lot more of that has happened. So I think there's a lot of possibility, and I encourage you to sort of stretch a little bit to see if you can make it happen. Sometimes, you have to push a little bit to get your dreams to come true, and I like to see that happen. Oh, the ugly preparation. Well, first, the good news is, you can borrow points from next year. So sometimes, if this is, something that's not normally what we do, is you can borrow from next year. So you use this year's plus next year's. That way, you don't really need to have as many. So really, you need to have 2 weeks, borrow 2 weeks, and that makes it into 4 weeks. Kind of think through, do you want to go to one island or two islands, depending on what the timeshares you have offer. Who's going to watch your home? That's something, it seems to you, like, can sometimes get into panic, like, right before you travel you realize, who's going to watch the birds, who's going to feed the cat, those kind of things, who's going to mow the yard. Other thing I recommend is when you're going for a month, don't try to pack for a week and do it 4 times. You'll end up with lots of clothes. Most of the timeshares have washers and dryers, and I try to keep, I'm a minimalist because it's just, one pair of pants, a couple pair, I have more shorts. I wear one pair of pants that I take when I go, and I have another pair of jeans, and I get Hawaiian shirts and just basic t-shirts. I have long sleeve t-shirts like this one. It's a purple one that I got, which was $17. So it's not an expensive thing. Again, just lightweight shirts, travel light. And now go on to the next topic. It always works better to book in advance. I don't know how to, I wish there was, we could get whatever we wanted when we want it, but it seems to be booking ahead. And actually, sometimes that's the hardest thing, is coordinating with people, coordinating the event, that kind of stuff can be really difficult. Um, but the longer you wait, the less options you have. So if you want to maximize that, I recommend planning way ahead. Again, airfare is similar, so are rental cars, everything. I live in California, so I actually got a round trip for less about around $300, but I put in $200 each way just as as soon as Southwest opened up the segment I booked that literally that day. I was watching, and again Southwest, because if you are going to carry more things because you are going for a month, they have two bags for free, so that really works out for me. So booking advance, I use Southwest. I'm not trying to sell Southwest. It's just the two bags and planning ahead. They seem to do really well for me. Okay, now let's talk about money saving tips. First thing is a mindset. You're there for a month. No reason to rush. Try to live like a local. I know you're still a tourist and you still want to do tourist things, but you're there for a month. Enjoy it, relax. That's the beauty of Hawaii, is its pace. The pace of Hawaii is slow. Um, you can save up to 30% by traveling off peak. Now, some timeshares in some locations there's no off peak, so that's not always available. But the next thing is get a Southwest credit card. Actually, depending on when you do it, sometimes you earn a companion pass just by getting the credit card and getting, doing the $3,000 you have to buy before a certain period, and you get the bonus points. That, in my past, is counted toward having a companion pass. The other thing I'd say, and it's just, stay in resort views. You're on the ocean. I walk to the beach to sit in the lawn chair because I'm right next to the ocean. Something about the sunset and hearing the waves, even though you can do that even for the oceanfront rooms. It's funny, I was actually looking at them and I was taking pictures of the rooms because I noticed how few had people on the balconies at sunset. And to me, going to Hawaii, being on the ocean, is trying to get a sunset view. So maybe I'm addicted to sunsets, and there's some mental case with me, but maybe there is. But anyway, sorry for the bad joke. I'm a father. I only do bad jokes. So sit on the lawn, enjoy the view, enjoy that sound of the water. I'd say stay in studios. I know for WorldMark's case, the two I've stayed in Maui, they have full kitchens. So you're not sacrificing, you put the Murphy bed up during the day and it's kind of a living room. So you don't really notice that there's no bedroom. I guess you just have to pack your clothes a little more carefully. The suitcases, that's probably the only thing. But you can stay in one bedrooms or studios, and it's just stretching your points and being wise. But wait, there's more money saving tips. Buy food at Costco. I know at least for Maui, Kauai, and the Big Island, there's a Costco right at the airport. And actually, if you take an Uber to your location, you just add in the application. You do add a stop, and the stop is Costco. And if the person doesn't want to stop at Costco, they just don't pick you up. They don't accept the ride. But I've not had a problem doing that. I get my shopping and I get everything over there. It saves us so much money. The prices are not fundamentally food-wise much different. And then I'll get the unique, the special things that locally just sort of fill in. But like getting my organic chicken, getting the organic eggs and things like that for some of the bulk items, which is Costco is known for. You can save quite a bit of money that way. And again, save points. So I plan ahead. I do the owner updates. I do a lot of things to get points. Either on WorldMark, I can do it. I can do Vacasa, Marriott. I got destination points for attending owner updates, and I learned a lot. So it's both learning, but also prepping for your month in Hawaii. And Hilton, you can book with Hilton Honors points. You book 4 nights, you get the 5th night free. So you can do that. And I rent a car just a few days for my tourist trips. Most of the time I want to relax. I want to go for a walk on the beach. I want to do all that. You'd be surprised how many cars I just see sitting in the parking lot for days. Because I go for walks in the morning and I see the same car sitting in the parking lot. Take the local bus. It's Heleon, Hele, on. I in the Big Island it was free. They may go back to the $2. I think there was some COVID money in there, but it had been free, and I've been taking it to drive all the over the island. You can even take it in the Big Island. You can even take it to the volcano. So with that, now on the next slide, I'll go through the actual budget that I put together, and and I'll show you that. Okay, now I've got my budget. So I did it I did it for WorldMark, Hilton, and that was off peak, and Marriott. And for two people, I put the airfare at $400, $200 each way, times two. That was the same across all. The car rental, it was $800. You can do a little better than that. You can book less than a week. I mean, I just recently got one for $81 a night, a day for a car, and I only did it for 3 days. So that was like $350 when you added all the extras on top. So I could do that twice if I wanted to in the month, and I just picked that because I also use it because I'm doing some moving from one location to another. So you can be creative with that. Costco, I budget $200 a week, which is probably maybe a little high, but maybe not. Because usually the first week is a little higher because you're getting the olive oil and some of the spices, and in general, you don't need to do that every week. Dinner out, I'm not a big dinner out person. I budgeted $400. I would never, typically don't spend it because when I'm traveling with someone, I actually like to talk to them while I'm cooking, and I love to cook. So I'm not necessarily a gourmet cook, but I just love to cook. So that's kind of one that I probably wouldn't spend, but I'm putting that in because I think other people would want that. So I did studios for 2 weeks, and in the case of Marriott, that means the parlor, and I was specific about the parlor at the Kauai Beach Resort in Wili Wili Harbor, because that's a wonderful pool, wonderful ocean, and it got grills and everything's in the parlor as far as refrigerator and so forth. And then I did a one bedroom for 2 weeks, and I put miscellaneous $400, and don't ask me where I came up with the $400. Seemed like a nice round number. So my totals came out to, depending on what you did, somewhere between 6,000 and almost 8,000. Marriott being the most expensive. And as I said, I backed out 1 week free. In the case of WorldMark, I backed out a one bedroom. The Hilton, I think I backed out a studio for that one. And then and Marriott, I backed out the one bedroom. No, I've actually backed out one of the parlor rooms because that was destination points. I got enough to get a week with two trips. And then Southwest Companion Pass, I backed out one of the airfares, so I backed out $400. And then you can see the bottom line is $5,100 for WorldMark, and what that was 2 weeks in a studio, and that would be either in Kihei. I was all on Maui. And then a one bedroom. I didn't put any flights to and from another island, but you could do it in Kihei or at I can't remember the name of the one up in Kaanapali area. So I did 2 and 2. You could do it all, both 2 in a studio at Kihei because it's got lots of places, and 2 in the one bedroom. A little hard to book, but if you focus on it, you can get it done. And then on Hilton, I was in Waikoloa, and I was off peak. So I was at either you can do May or September, October, and those are the prices I was doing. And for Marriott, I was doing January, February, when the parlor is the least expensive and the one bedroom is also. And again, these are all resort views. They're not the beach views. It's a short walk to the ocean from the room. And I just don't want to, I'm just trying to be frugal because I want everyone to go to Hawaii. And so if you keep the cost down, then everyone gets an opportunity. Again, my bottom line was WorldMark. I got it down to $5,100, all inclusive. And with Hilton, surprisingly, Hilton was a little less than WorldMark. And Marriott, not surprising, is the most expensive. But anyway, I think if you look at it from just the rent, it's the Hilton. I'll pick on the Hilton one. It's only $2,900, which is a little more than my mortgage, like $900 more than my mortgage, which is pretty amazing that I can be in Hawaii for kind of compensating for my mortgage. So maybe you get somebody to rent your house out, like an Airbnb, for a month, and you recoup your costs. And then the food is the food. So whether I'm in Hawaii or locally, because I'm shopping at Costco, it's not that much different. And so the rental car is kind of the incremental, and some dinners out and some miscellaneous. So that might not be that different than what you would do normally. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope to see you in Hawaii. It'd be great to see that you're doing a month, and hope that you would subscribe to my channel so I can do more of these videos. Enjoy.